All right.
Good morning, Patriots.
Morning,
Good morning, everybody.
Patriots. Morning.
Pat riding around here.
A little bit of Pat Ryan. It's Monday's Undies live show.
Right there.
Those two were in their underwear. I'm fully dressed.
Business up top, off on below.
Yeah, there we go, man.
Party
God.
down low. All right, so what's going on in the world today, fellas? I'm looking at some great people from all over Michigan, Louisiana. Leslie. Good morning from Leslie from Michigan. Nice.
Now there's Patriot, Patricia Luberis. Hello from Haiti. Nice. Like to have you guys across the way. We'll get it from anywhere.
People
saluted
Carolina,
with us.
not only good Americans, we also have you guys abroad watching in on us this morning as well. It's probably going to be your evening time right now, so you're probably having your evening dinner. We're just waking up having our morning brown bean juice.
Getting this week started off
Tennessee.
right.
Yes.
Oh, they're in their undies too. Awesome.
Missy Blues, Indiana. What's up, South Carolina, California?
We're happy you are in your undies. Enjoy. While we're kind of checking in here this morning, I just wanted to show Woodman had donated this to the studio probably 5 months ago or so. Just getting around to showing a few things this morning. Not everything. There's stuff that has showed up in the last few weeks. Appreciate it. Some of the things are already up in the studio, I think. But this here, our Navy.
Nice.
Let me go full screen here for a minute. I'm going to keep you guys on talking wise. It's bright. It's a bright day in the studio. I've got no chemtrails in here.
Yeah. Well, that's from my uncle.
Yes,
when he was
yes.
over.
I was saying you gave it to me from your uncle. What was it? Willard Wood?
Correct. Willard Woods. Yep. There it is.
That's a mash. Salts, sea lawyers, swabs, and landlubbers. Grease deckers and all other sordid scavengers of the seven seas. Greeting. And it be known, all the earthly mortals and others that be distinguished and honored from this forth. Willard Woods. That's awesome.
Willard. Yep. Yeah, it is.
Little nickname Willie.
Yep.
Well, Slick Willie, huh? No relation to. No relation
cool,
to.
man.
No, that is very
Yeah,
cool.
I'm very proud of it. That's why I gave it to Mike, so we can put it in the background,
A nice resting place.
Pretty
Yes,
cool,
we will.
As a prior Navy man, that's kind of all that lingo is right up his alley. Swab.
Well, that Navy pin was my uncle's also. The package deal for my brother Mike, like you said, being a Navy guy. Hooked him right up,
Perfect,
everybody.
man. See?
Again, I suggest these books.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, from the National Archives. Definitely. The founding documents, people. It's a good read. It's a good read.
It's a good read if you've never done. If you haven't done it. At least once.
Definitely. Declaration of Independence is a good read on you. Good knowing to kind of what a good foothold.
Can't go wrong,
stand on.
folks. All right, now from Jonna Berlin and Jeff, who are going to be coming to the Patriot Fest, as far as I have been told, have sent this. Now, this is very cool. So the two most powerful warriors are patience and time. And if one of you, I don't know, Ben probably, can you look up that Michael Marone and see if there's some kind of... Oh, let me get Ben's voice on and Woodman. My bad. There you go. Ben's on. Woodman's on.
All right, I'm looking it up right now. See if there's any other cool quotes.
Now, then look at this, guys, in the corner. Lieutenant JG, LTG, Mike Flynn, and then Mike, I think Mike Marone underneath.
Fantastic.
And then in the corner it says it again, Mike Marone 2019. And then this is a
All right,
of
beautiful.
General Flynn. General Flynn. Very
Nice.
awesome. Very, very awesome.
Beautiful.
Now, patience and time.
Beautiful.
Patience and time. Think of that. Haven't we all been dealing
How
with
true.
that?
How true.
Haven't we been dealing with that a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Yep. How true.
Aren't we all a little bit frustrated?
Well, yeah.
I got this. Is in. Very awesome.
Cute, a little cute thing caught there.
There we go.
I'm gonna
That
put
Michael
that
Maroney
up
could
for a
have
minute.
been a boxer.
No, not the
his
boxer.
debut.
Put in like
Boxer, okay.
put in something maybe military
Military.
after it. I think I did that. Hold on.
Okay. Let me go check it out, folks. Was the DDS all you need to know before? Let's see here. Looking up over here. It's a Dr. Michael Monroe, military. Where does he come up as? Were you looking for him as well, Michael?
All right, hold on.
His name comes up in scientific and technical aerospace reports. Let's see here.
See if
You
anyone
looked
out
him
there
up before?
knows.
Have you other quotes?
I have.
Let me see
I
here.
thought I did a little, but I don't remember. All right, well, I'll just keep that up here. A couple more things showed up over the holidays.
Cool.
Let me get this up full screen.
You had that on your tree, didn't you, Mike?
Yeah, I ended up putting it on. So somebody made that. Very cool. Actually came with a little bit of rope up here for the deep state. Not sure.
There you go. Nice little.
Nice.
That's cool.
Nice.
Somebody made that. Very nice. Very nice, folks.
A lot of good stuff from you Patriots and the stuff you can tell us.
It's
all you
that
guys
Marone
are
is
hearts, big
Marrr,
R-O-N-E.
I think.
M-A-R-R-O-N-E,
There's a
right?
little homework for you Patriots out there. I'm busy with other stuff, so I need Michael, Michael, and then Marone, Marrone.
Yeah.
So Mar, M-A-R, and then Rone, R-O-N-E. All right? I don't know who. Maybe we'll type in. Let me type in. I'll do it. Michael.
There's a dentistry. There's a doctor.
I'm gonna do
Michael
this. I'm gonna go Yahoo,
DDS.
and then I'll
That
do.
is true. That's a great quote. And see,
I'm gonna do Michael, Marone, and Michael Flynn.
little fun.
See if anything comes up.
Session with you guys here today.
Okay, so here we go. Hello, my name is Michael Marone. I don't know if this is him. I am the real Mad Dog 58. I am the commander's artist. This name was attributed to me for the meme work I was providing for the Trump campaign to get him elected. Hello, my name is Michael Marone, a graphic illustrator and general artist. In 1980, I attended the Art Institute of Chicago after serving in the U.S. Air Force right out of high school. Art has been my passion since 8 years old and still is today. So Michael Marone, the commander's...
Graphic designer. Yeah.
Maybe. Could this be it?
So, let's see here. So yours has this. So he's
And
an
this could
artist.
be, this looks like a painting, not really a,
Cool.
Well, that could be it. All right, so let's get. Nice, about 400 in the room. Again, I want to invite everybody. While I got your attention tonight, I will be on the. Nice Woodman. Hold on, let me.
2020. That's.
Oh yeah. Marvelous. Look at that. Here we go, man. Look at that.
Very nice.
Very nice. I love it, man. I love it. I love it.
Okay, everyone's telling me that's who I got. That's what it was. That must be him. That Michael Marone. Very cool. Flint has a fundraiser? Question mark. I believe so. I know that he's broke from all the harassment by the
Legal
FBI,
battles, yeah,
legal
big time.
stuff.
Well, he'll be all right in the end.
Woodman, would
coming
you be interested in going down to Virginia with fluid bore?
Well, I'd like to, but I don't have the funds to do that, you know.
Well, what if we raised you a couple $100?
Well, maybe we could do that. I can't carry, though.
No,
I don't have a
fluid
permit.
pour is going, and he's got room, and he was talking about going. We could set you up with the camera and all the gear.
There may be an extra seat in Fluid Pour's rig for you to be sitting on and going down there on, and
that would
I'll
be
think
cool.
about
and
that.
then we can get you met up with
American Joe and Doug Ducati's going to be out there.
Yes, sir. Would you guys be willing to see Woodman go down there and get with those guys? We'd have to make sure maybe we get Adam Lewis to do some driving. I know a good driver. He's a good driver. Okay, so
Something to think about. I'll think
starting to
about
get some
that. Holy
ideas
cow.
on this. But anyway, moving forward, folks, so tonight I'll be on American Joe at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so about 9 p.m. our time. I'm going to put out a video here to let everyone know the link, and I hope a lot of you will come over and join. I got Adam Lewis giving the thumbs up. I'll drive. It's what I do. So there we go. This is on January 20th.
We already gotten you all ready to go.
It looks like you're all ready. You got a bag packed yet, or what? What's going
I'm
on?
pretty sure
Yeah.
you got any responsibilities towards the end of the month?
I do on the 18th. I think I can get away from that. It's drawing. I'm in charge of drawing at the Legion on the 18th.
Oh, we can get
see
you
if I
out of
can.
that, brother.
Yeah.
You'll be sick that day.
Yeah. I'm gonna call in sick. Yeah. Yeah, man. Make sure I have somebody to take care of my dog and all that jazz. I'm sure I can get that arranged. You know, I would like to be there personally because, I've already seen a lot of footage on what's going on down there, and it's going to be both comical and serious at the same time. It's going to be a rough road because they've got known MS-13 members down there. They've got Antifa down there. UN's on the standby. It's crazy, man.
Now that's right where we want you, in the heart of that action. I'm just joking. We want you to stay clear of that. No, it's not what we're wanting. We want you to get with these other, Again, we will provide security, lodging,
Per diem for meals.
Well,
all I gotta do is hang around Joe and Doug, and they're packing heavy, so I think I'll be all right. So,
Mr. C said Woodman needs two seats, one for him and one for his beard.
well, Joe's been wanting to see me anyway, so might as well.
Yeah, no, we can do this. We can probably pull this off.
Get you make sure your phone's all good to go. Maybe pull off a little on location show.
Yeah, and
You make a call and you're really good with that, and you just got to do it on your phone.
If you
Well, I got
guys,
VMix on my phone, so I can do that already.
Yes, if you guys want to send a few bucks, if you can, we'll get Woodman squared away. We got to get lodging. I don't know if it's possible at this point. I know that American Joe was talking about it was booking up, but
really bad.
And we don't want it. We don't want it straight down. But other than that, it'll be we'll get it figured out. I know.
Yeah,
well, I could be on the street like a homeless person.
I'm wanting.
You talking about tonight?
And even if I got the driver that's good for you because you're just worried about kicking back. I know Fluid Pour's going on. Fluid Pour might be willing to come this way, but that's way out of his way. He's going from New York shooting down.
Sure,
He should just be shooting. You guys can maybe merge up. I don't know. Something, get the convoy kind of going and rolling in.
Convoy.
We're gonna have to get,
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I mean, that's gonna be.
It'd be great to get, maybe Lewis trained up with being the camera. He could be the camera guy. Could give him the GoPro. He can go live with the GoPro for us, right? Have him stream from the GoPro straight to the backup channel. From the Patriot Hour, we can always grab that feed to bring in.
We'll have
so
to
we
see
can
how
still run a good show.
Like that for old Woodmain, we'll see. Like I said, it's got some work done to it. Well, that's probably gonna be behind the scenes. I see we got some more garage talk coming up on that issue, so we'll see what we can do. Make sure Woodman's available and got all stuff going on. I'm sure we got more than enough people in that area who would help us out. And like I said, you're gonna be talking to American Joe tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there's something you can.
And there's like 5 people lined up. I guess Joe said he's got the software to allow 4 to 5, 6 people come in. I know we're limited with this. We got right now we're at the max. I can't have another call in for what I purchased for this.
So
for this software, but.
Well, you were the last one, Joe. You were the last one that Joe wanted on the show, right? I mean, he'd been kind of waiting for you to get a hold of him.
Yeah. And like I said, it'd always be great to be able to beam into his show with this, what we have right here. And I don't know really how to do that. Again, that's more research on us. Like, I'd love to have you guys on sometimes and beam in. I think when he was using the vMix, but that wasn't really him. That was the other buddy of his.
No, he was doing like the Paris, all kinds of different good stuff. But either way,
Dustin Gold. I think it was Dustin Gold.
Well, anyway, everybody watch 9 o'clock, man. 9 o'clock.
Silverwolf will pick you up. I'm from Michigan, so Woodman is on my way.
All right.
Fantastic. Wolf and Gray Bush.
Silverwolf and Gray Bush heading down to Virginia.
Andrea DeGeorge, 61 here up in Northern California. Yeah, for sure. That's why we always try to have preference where you go by Eastern Standard Time. So if you're on Central Time, if you're, West Coast, whatever time zone you're in, that, where we're broadcasting from, we'd like to go off our personal local time. So we always try to either preface or, preface the time zone we're in. So it's good to have, because we got people from all over. We got people right now that even though you're 2-3 hours behind, they're 8 hours behind. So it's like 8-9 hours behind. So it's coming in from all over. So we're trying to give you our aspect on our time zone as it hits us, on the news coming in.
So what's exactly going on? Do we have Fluid Pour? Fluid Pour, can you I can't do a call in. Can you call in, man?
We were wanting to do a call in today. That's
call me. Fluid Pour, call me on my phone. Just call me. I'll hold the speaker up. I need to know what's going on down in Virginia exactly. Folks. And Woodman, can you describe a little bit?
Well, I naturally haven't been there yet, but from the footage I've been watching, Lions Republic and what Joe's been putting out, and Doug Ducote, and there's a lot going on everywhere. The border is really crazy. You don't have to worry about Mexicans coming across anymore. You're Iranians and then you got the Virginia thing also. It's just
The 20th.
The local people there, I don't know, I can't remember how many counties they have, 90 or 95 or whatever, and like 92 of these counties said, "You ain't taking our guns, period. We're not going to enforce it." So you're talking about, you know,
Uh-oh.
Breakdown in the shakedown.
they're not going to do that. They refuse. Well, that's when the scuttlebutt I've heard. That's why they have the UN troops really close, because you can't utilize the UN unless they can come in and help clean up our government's problems, or it's got to be a very major, like, in other words, they got to produce it to where it's out of control. Then they can call in the UN troops to get everything is all settled down and start yanking out weapons themselves. It's going to be a very hairy situation down there. You've got MS-13 members, you've got Antifa members down there, and they're going to raise a lot of havoc. Everybody knows that. Well, that could be the end for them to bring the UN in. That's the governor. He's got to be removed. I mean, he's just.
They want
That's what I. That's
crazy.
Okay. Okay.
That's crazy.
So January 20 rally in Richmond.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll see. Fluidport says he's going, but we'll just make sure you're going to get down there, not without relying on anything that can make it not happen. Because maybe at the last minute he's not going to head out or something. I tried to have him call and he says he can't, but I know he's sitting here chatting. I was just want him to call in. Basically, I guess you knew what's going on the 20th as well. Exactly on the 20th, that's what I was wanting to more know so about. I know the situation in Virginia and what's supposed to be going down and transpiring, but so you're saying at this rally of patriots, at this point, there's all these other groups that are taking note of these patriots coming to stand up for their rights for gun issues, and they're going to come, and you got Antifa or these other groups planning to show up.
MS-13 gangs.
MS-13.
It's crazy.
This could be.
Well, I hear that Soros is busting people in to create havoc. It's really terrible, man. People with money can do a lot of things in our country, and that's terrible. It's just terrible.
Let me see here. This is Virginia. Let me see.
And I don't know how it's going to unfold. I hope for the best, but right now, the way things are looking, it doesn't look very good for us. It could be the beginning of a large problem. Then you have Colorado, pretty much coming on board with the same kind of plan. And then I hear about California probably going to do the same thing. I just don't get it, man. Have you guys been seeing that?
It's interesting because I agree with you on that one. I'm looking up here on Virginia's current gun laws before they go. Hopefully, they're going to be amended here soon, or at least they're trying to. And it's Virginia is an open carry state, and
Yep.
if you're a arms owner or somebody who understands firearms kind of stuff, you understand what an open carry state is versus a non-open carry state. You understand about, okay, well, I have my license to carry, and these are in non-open carry states. And then, of course, if you're concealed, your CCW license, that's for concealment. That's a little bit different. We're talking about the straight up Second Amendment, which I like to consider open carry. No license, no nothing. It's everybody to see it in the eye. And so with this rally you're going to, it's going to be interesting to see that there is, even though it's a rally, there's no current law against and not infringing on the books yet. They're trying to push it, but there isn't on the books yet to infringe that. So I wonder, the old adage of an armed citizen is a friendly citizen.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we're going to have protesters protesting always in peace, but they're going to be armed. It could be interesting.
Real quick, we got a bunch of newcomers. I know we got about 600 in the room. Somebody just asked twice. Wait, hold on. Adam said he's got to beat tracks. I'll call him to schedule this out. Now I know Adam works. What we're trying to do here is we're going to cover possible Adam Lewis, Woodman, some little expense, gas money, lodging, getting there, eating for the day. And this is like a 1 day thing, right? I mean, it's not like they're
Could be a 48-hour experience with
Yes.
It's a turn and burn, get something to eat. You got a driver. It's almost like, getting down there.
We're trying to get this recorded. So
Documented as
funds
well.
are already there. We don't need anything. If you do want to donate a few bucks, hit the we got the super chat available, $1 or the
PayPal.
PayPal.
Anyway, you
That's a
have-
link.
you even got
That's not under this
the
video.
PO box.
Yeah. PO box is down below, but then any other video other than this, I'm looking at what's below this. For some reason, when we got our live back, they wiped out everything in the description box. So all I see in there is join us. Thank you. That's all I have in there. But, go to any other video for most people that. But no, we're gonna. I want to send them off to make sure that, like I said, everything's covered. And then 20th is actually like a Monday. It's just a random Monday, so you guys will probably be leaving on a Sunday. We'll have to figure it out. Fluid Pour, do you have a room secured?
Available for Woodman
I'm
plus
just- well,
one as a driver.
yeah.
folks.
Yeah.
You need two folkies.
Yeah.
So that's the premise of the show right now. Is we're talking about sending Woodman down to meet up with these other Patriots already going to be down there. American Joe. I don't know who else. Do you know anyone else? Doug Ducote,
Yep.
and maybe some other. I think there's some other Patriot channels going to be there other than
There's
just
gonna be a lot,
them.
and I think we'll find out more tonight when you hop on with American Joe.
Lion
About
Republic going or no?
No, he's not going to go.
Okay.
He'd like to.
Fluid Pour Art said he's like, I have a van, so
Ooh, we all right. Well, yeah, but that's a long way out of the way for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, but getting down there, if we have to, hell, I'll sleep in the van. I don't care. I've done it before. You know,
this could
it's
be
for a great cause. You know, I mean, we got to keep that in mind. It's for a great cause.
That
You
means
know,
you
okay.
got to get up on it too, Woodman. When it comes to your phone, you got to do some little. We're going to do some garage talking with you as well to get your phone going and
Yeah.
get you very
Well, like-
well.
At this
I-
point, we got
I can get VMix on my phone. It's not a problem. I've
we
already
got
done it
plenty
before.
of time to get him trained up,
yeah.
and
Oh,
Lewis,
yeah.
and I'm fine with the GoPro. That would be a possibility.
We'll figure it out.
Now,
You know that
The
that's
event.
that's the day I got out of the military, January 20th,
You can run it on the
1977.
2.0 channel.
Well,
as
I
it's
don't-
live and then do the.
I don't know how
maybe
much signal they
desktop capture.
get. Just being downtown at this rally, it should be a Wi-Fi like.
Oh yeah, that should be
hookup.
a huge hot spot. You should
Okay,
have full
okay.
bars.
We'll see. We'll
Only
see.
thing we got to worry about, of course, is the unlimited data, and then making sure not capped. Don't like that capped lifestyle.
Yeah, like it's free for the city for 1 gig. And you're tapered off. But that's an option. Sending Woodman down. Silver Wolf is an option. They're saying I'm very willing, and that's up with Woodman. We're just trying to make sure that
He safely gets down there, covers the event, and safely comes back.
we also
home.
need somebody to be able to run the stuff and stuff. Like we don't want
Well-
Woodman
well,
to do it all. You can do the phone and turn it around for sure, Woodman. But I know
Yeah.
we'll get it figured out what works best. There we go. Cheryl Pacola just super chatted $50 already. Wow.
All right, fantastic.
That is definitely going towards
That's-
gas, driver, something that will be used. Thank you.
That gets about that's huge.
That's a meal for two dudes.
I'm
At the
under
end of the day, you got
wow,
enough-
625 in the room on a Monday morning.
All right, all right.
It's
Unbelievable.
awesome, you guys. Slap a good old thumbs up if you like what you're hearing here. I know today was kind of wasn't so much of a truth in your face information overload like we always enjoy doing. It's kind of hanging out with you guys. Mike showing you guys all what you guys been mailing on in, which is excuse me, which is beautiful.
Again, some of you just joining in. I see some latecomers. We had went over this in the beginning of the video. I got a Michael Flynn signed poster here from his artist, Michael Marone. People are asking how to donate. Some people I'm seeing are going to send to, we got the P.O. Box. We got Super Chat right here, right now, which goes through a YouTube system, whatever. There's PayPal down below, and I believe that's it. The only other one might be the GoFund, but you're going to have to go to another video in the description box. Other than that, let's look at a few headlines here.
P.O. Box. He'll get here. He'll do the
Yeah.
right thing.
Yep. That's what somebody just said. They'll send some money to Woodman that way.
Oh, fantastic.
It was,
'Cause you can
Jonna
go
Broodlane,
to
I
where you
believe.
want it to go versus, getting. So, no, it's a great time, you guys, being able to get together. It's kind of like, you guys will often wonder, if you're listening right now, what we talk about on Garage Talk or what we kind of bang our heads around when we're going over things. And it's things like this. Today is kind of like a Garage Talk, live piece with you guys. We're seeing if we can do it. Woodman's on, I'm on, Mike's on, who's going out, what time we have. So that's great. It's a great time.
Whose birthday was it?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody said, happy birthday. I don't know who said it in the chat. Kevin, happy birthday. Kevin, happy birthday,
All right.
Kevin. Intel shows Soleimani was a protected CIA asset. Unbelievable. After that video I did showing like the 10, 12 things he was involved in, probably 50 to hundreds of things. I just highlighted 10 of his most notorious, nasty things, and a lot of them against American troops and stuff.
It'll be the first time the ABC agencies set up their own regimes and have their inside dudes do false flags and
and it's like
asset.
these people, he was a CIA asset. You just killed our main hookup over there. For 30 years, we've used him. It's like he's known about all these crazy things that have actually popped off. It's like we don't care how much of an asset, you think an asset's going to stop things from happening. We learned from the first Trade Center bombing, the one before 9/11 in 95 or 93, that took out 20 columns in the garage. The building's still so tough it never fell or budged. But a lot of people died from the blast. That guy said that the FBI was like, well, this time we're going to give you a real bomb to sell. And he's like, what? For the first time ever, they were giving him a real bomb. And this guy himself was of Middle Eastern descent, and he didn't trust the FBI, so he secretly started recording his handlers secretly. And then in the courts, it all came out. Otherwise, they were trying to pawn that him and these other guys did this whole, and they were just going to take themselves out of it, how they do. And it's just like they wanted something to happen. It's unbelievable. You think the FBI, if they're doing all that, they're there to stop this stuff from happening, and it's organic, not out there finding the terrorist, giving them the real bomb, and then confusing the guy that you're using as a mole. And he's like, wait a minute, why give him the real bomb? No, don't worry about it. They're going to probably test it. And we just want to make sure that they really, But then, you're sitting at home and the bomb goes off and you hear about it that day. And it's bad, man. It's that bad. Every time you look into these things, there's some real fishy stuff going on, folks. I mean, the Tim McVeigh one, we only got 30 seconds of that footage when it all first came out.
Yep.
Years later, we get 5-minute footage, and you see a whole other guy get out of the vehicle. And there you go. There's the FBI guy coercing McVeigh. He never wanted to do this. He didn't know what he was even doing.
Into place.
He
For
probably.
Patsy service.
Unbelievable.
And you'll still have people screaming, "Oh my gosh, this is so terrible." I mean, we talked about this before, Mike. It's in Garage Talk. It's why would this dude of this experience, this time, why would he be stepping foot in Iraq? He knows as well as any other yokel, Terry, that there is a rules of engagement on the actual Iraqi soil. There's we bad guys, they get shot. And so why would this guy of 30, 40 years of, his service is equivalent to like the special operator forces of Iran? Why'd he be tooling around in Baghdad, in Iraq when he knows what's up? He knows there's aerial. It's like, are you serious? Well, now it makes more sense. If he's a CIA
there you go. People
asset,
are like,
he's going to
they're
be his
controlled by
handlers.
proxy. It doesn't matter to me at this point, because I know people, there's a string holder. But these people at the end of the day still have free will, and there's only it's like, well, I was being blackmailed.
He chose to
do
go there to meet his handlers, or we're always theorizing why he went there, but he was there nonetheless. That's an irrefutable fact, and we're maybe summarizing that maybe he met one who's going to be a CIA handlers, and oops, since they didn't know about it, they got doomed. And the contractor, because they say a contractor did get killed, right?
Yes.
Wasn't he a CIA asset as well? He wasn't a contractor, right? Because it's it's like they don't call him a CIA agent was killed in the process, or was he just a contractor? Who knows? It's
What
like
do you think of this one?
People.
Read that headline there, Ben. Well, hold
Nations
on. Go ahead.
is hiring.
There you go.
Yes, the United Nations is hiring disarmament officers in New York. The question is, why? What the deal? When the Internet of Law Enforcement today sent the story, took this into the morning, I laughed. There's no way this is real. I thought this must be some crazy conspiracy theory. After extensive research, I'm not laughing anymore. The United Nations has legitimately posted a job opportunity for English speaking disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration, or DDR officers.
So disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration.
That sounds like, okay, take your guns away. Okay. The most concerning duty list of the job description is this: acts as a focal point for disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration DDR components for 2 to 3 missions, reasonably for planning, support to implementation and evaluation. To be clear, according to the UN's website, disarmament is the collection, documentation, control, and disposal of small arms, ammunition, explosives, and light and heavy weapons of combatants, and often also of the civilian population. Disarmament also includes the deployment of reasonable arms management programs. Whoa.
Disarmament also includes
anybody
the
shaking their boots
development.
yet? Is this what the people want?
So they're looking to development
of
things.
reasonable arms management programs. Demobilization is a formal and controlled discharge of active combatants from the armed forces or other armed groups. First stage of demobilization may extend from the processing of individual combatants in temporary centers to the massing of troops in camps designed for this purpose. Cantonment sites, encampments, or assembly areas or barracks.
Dang. So what are you taking?
This is what they want to do. They're proposing. They legitimately propose this to New York. In New York, and this is like
So the second stage of demobilization encompasses the support package provided to the demobilized, which is called reinsertion. Reinsertion is the assistance offered to ex-combatants during demobilization, but prior to longer-term process of reintegration. Reinsertion is a form of transitional assistance to help cover the basic needs of an ex-combatants and their families, and can include transitional safety allowances, food, clothes, shelter, medical services, short-term education, training, employment, and tools. While reintegration is a long-term, continuous social and economic process of development, reinsertion is short-term, material, and or financial assistance to meet immediate needs and can last up to 1 year. Reintegration, the processes which by ex-combatants require civilian status and gain substantial employment and income. Reintegration is essentially a social and economic process with an open time frame, primarily taking place in communities at the local level. It is part of the general development of a country and national responsibility, and often necessitates long-term external assistance. This doesn't sound like a constitution-friendly job. Desired experience is listed under the job description as 7 years of relevant experience in disarmament affairs, political analysis, or national military or paramilitary service, preferably related to by design implementation of the DDR. Wow.
Paramilitary service? Interesting.
Go ahead and read that one.
Oh, The only language required for this position, English. DDR officers have long been used in third world countries where anarchy reigns. It has no place in American soil, so why are they recruiting for the position? A few more duty applicants can expect to be responsible for, provides headquarters support in planning the civilian and military logistics support of DDR, continually reviews DDR program strategy and implementation through the relevant documents, reports, and code cables, conducts field missions to asset implementation for established DDR programs. Part of my speculation, but it's a little bit coincidental that the job was posted by the UN the day after Christmas, when there was anti-gun laws expected to pass this month in Virginia, and there was a rapidly growing militia made up of civilians, veterans, and law enforcement officers. Man, as law enforcement officers today have been reporting, Virginians are in a fear of their Second Amendment rights amidst legislation likely passed by the newly Democratic Majority General Assembly. Over 100 local governments in the state have declared themselves a Second Amendment sanctuary locations. Citizens in many of these sanctuaries have begun forming militias standing ready to fight for their rights. Even the representative, Donald McEwen, encouraged Governor Ralph Northam to activate the National Guard.
That's Two-Face.
Yeah, there you go.
Two-Face guy, remember?
And he has no legal effect on it. I mean, basically, what they're telling you guys is it's the UN wants to take completely away from our constitutional rights and implement everything in there. I mean, it's like, you know, it even goes on to say, despite the AG's opinion and threats from the state government, Virginians will not allow this at all. They will not appear to have no plans to give up their guns or register them. Many members of the law enforcement entities and National Guard said they will not act on unconstitutional orders, which is true. I mean, you can't be, you know, it's like, oh, that was just my orders. Are those unconstitutional orders? You know, I mean, we know that our president said, under my Constitution, we will never surrender American sovereignty to anyone. We will never allow foreign bureaucrats to trample on your Second Amendment freedom. I'm officially announcing today for the United States will be revoking the effect of America's signature for the badly misguided treaty.
Wow.
So you know, it's like, I will never give up that kind of stuff, or, you know, these are things that are infringing on my rights. And, you know, it's
so he continued after that. He said, in the recent days, Democrats have proposed banning new guns and confiscating existing guns from law-abiding citizens. What they don't tell you is the bad guys don't give up their guns, and you're not going to be giving up your guns either. You have to agree with that. I hope you're right, Mr. President, and so does Virginia. In December, we shared a letter written by a member of the Virginia National Guard, and in case you missed it, here it is. Editor's note: an increased advancement of the infringing on our Second Amendment rights. A member of the Virginia National Guard is putting his or her state legislators on notice. He submitted a very powerful response to an article we ran recently about lawmakers in the state threatening to call in the Guard to confiscate guns and arrest cops that refuse to violate the then Constitution. For obvious reasons, the names of the writer have been kept anonymous. Yesterday, I read an article written in Law Enforcement Today entitled "The Law is the Law. Dems threaten to deploy military against cops who refuse to enforce gun laws." In the first few paragraphs, I was alerted to the fact that the state of Virginia leadership is upset that law enforcement officials do not want to violate their oath. So, real quick, wow, we just got $100 from $19.99 from Tony Rader, $100 from Love in Texas, a bit for Woodman's Richmond trip, and a bit for YouTube.
Thank you so much,
Cindy
you guys.
O,
That
thank
is
you.
awesome.
Love in Texas, thank you. Cindy O, thank you. Tony Rader, thank you. Cheryl Pacola, thank you. So in the first few paragraphs, I was alerted to the fact that the state of Virginia's leadership is upset. They don't want to. Wow, did that jump all the way back on me? Hold on here.
Oh, it's a huge one. It's a long one, you guys. It's going over this the whole thing about there's a real conflict with the legislators there and the actual law enforcement boots on the ground. The boots on the ground, like we say all the time, man, are good people. They're good men and women. They have families. They have children. They have husbands, wives, and they know the Constitution, and they're not going to be giving up enforcing that. I mean, this is it. The bottom line is you're going to have a lot of people, that would be, we're talking the Second Amendment.
You can't,
is really
and
the
you
first
can't,
stage.
well, and you can't just be doing that. Like this guy of the actual National Guard says here, and ultimately I'm not the governor, but the governor may have to nationalize the National Guard to enforce the law. That's his call, because I don't know how serious these counties are and how severe the violations of the law will be. But that's obviously an option he has. It disturbs me that this guy got elected and has no concept of the law or reality. Mr. McEcken, you have heard of a little thing called the Posse Comitatus Act of 1878. Apparently, you are not. Allow me to fill you in. The purpose of the act is to limit military branches from enforcing laws against U.S. citizens. While the PCA does not prevent a governor from calling the Virginia National Guard, the law enforcement capacity of the Guard, while on state active duty, is full-scale enforcement of martial law when the local law enforcement can no longer maintain civilian control. Are you listening, Mr. McEcken? If Governor Northam were to call up the National Guard, it would be through enacting martial law. Since you are slow in understanding, allow me to explain further. Martial law is an imposition of direct military control of normal civilian functions by government, especially in response to a temporary emergency such as an invasion or major disaster or an occupied territory. So yes, I mean, it's a great letter here that he basically, I will not be a pawn in a tyrannical game of human chess. Neither will most of the men and women I serve with. I mean,
amen to that.
Well, we all took an oath.
Says it all.
Yeah, we all took an oath, man. I mean, that I'm sticking by mine. I'll tell you. I'm sorry.
And I will say this can be very peacefully as well. Oh yeah, every veteran. I agree, man. This also can be peaceful. There's a sheriff from one of the counties who said if this goes through, he'll just deputize every resident of his counties. Then you can't issue no warrants. Everybody in his county will be deputized, and so everybody will be under their new laws allowed to still have their old firearms. So there are, law enforcement, and there are some sheriffs doing some things to combat these new laws. I mean, think about that. Everybody in your county is now a deputy. Think about that.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that's... So,
but hey, if it's got to be, it's got to be. I mean, think about it. For real, this is real stuff. This ain't no knitting class, everybody. This is real stuff. I mean, it's very heavy. A lot of people don't really, grab the concept of the whole thing. I mean, they really don't.
No, they don't. I get,
if one state passes this kind of law, that gives precedence, because we know that judges, especially state judges, do not make their rulings on law. They make their rulings on case law, which means, well, I can make a ruling on this because Judge so-and-so in this state did it, and I'm backing up what he did. We know that's a different, and a lot of people don't understand that. So if it goes here, then that basically breaches the opening for other states to start launching these. You're going to probably start seeing in California. You already have states that already have ammunition capacity magazine bans. You can't have 30 rounds, got to have this, and you got to have safety features and this and that on some of your firearms in some of these states. And we know that these are the next states to go on to start trying to probe and pass these legislations for, let's just ban all the guns, and then what? This is crazy. So,
no, I agree.
Well, I think Colorado's about ready to be on board too. They're starting to enforce that red flag law. They haven't got as far as Virginia, but they're starting.
Well, and what's interesting is Colorado is a castle. They honor the castle law, which is stand your ground law, and that was been found to not only in your property but wherever you are. Like I can be pumping gas, and if some guy comes up to me, I don't have to. Well, you could have ran away. No, I could still stand my ground. So, a lot of these new laws coming on board kind of contradict already long-standing laws on the state state legislation. So it's going to be interesting because you'll definitely have a conflict of interest where you have one new law conflicts the other one, and so it's going to be interesting how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah. You know it.
So if we can get you down there, this should be a good little eye opener. Like I said, you've talked about before, Woodman. There's pressing issues like the border. There's other huge issues that we're all looking towards. This is the new calendar year that DC goes off of. So this is that we're looking at some interesting things. We still have some hope that some backdoor things are going to be happening. So this is interesting to see how this is going. We're all seeing how the impeachment process is going, and then we're talking about the UN. This is crazy. Last time I heard the UN coming in to do anything in America was the voting, to make sure the voting was doing good. And we got a lot of counties actually threw them out of their county via the sheriff and deputies, and said that you are not allowed. We can't have foreign military in our voting process, at least not in my county. And so we've seen that happen as well. So it's never a good thing when a foreign military, no matter what flag they fly, comes on and say, we're going to help you police your own citizens. Even our own military doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Only on extreme cases.
So we were talking about hypocrisy too on the Garage Talk earlier, that it's being shown to people, really in tune to all this going on. And if you remember past administrations to this, it's almost impossible to not see. But so note to Democrats, because the biggest thing out of the left with this terrorist, I did a video yesterday that basically got to the thing like, well, Trump said this, and Trump sat there and go, this guy was plotting to kill some future military, some civilians, and so we kind of took him out. And they're like, and Trump has yet to show any proof. And I'm like, proof, let's go back 20 years. And then this guy's involved in all these different events. And they're saying even for the Iraq war in general, he's killed over 600 or 800 Americans by plotting and bombs. And to find out now he worked for the CIA, was getting paid by our tax dollar to be involved in all these things over there. He's like, who's giving us good intel? If he's giving you good intel, then how did the barracks get blown up in 83 in Beirut if he was part of it? It's like, it's not good intel unless you're stopping it. And to see that you guys are paying somebody with our tax dollars, but events are happening and occurring, that's not good. I don't care how you spin it. So Trump takes him out or whatever, right? We know that Trump didn't do it himself, but he ordered the military strikes with the drones or whatever, and they're flipping out. We didn't know about it. We went blah blah blah. Well, we got this here. Note to Democrats: Obama launched 2,800 strikes on Iraq, Syria without congressional approval, and you didn't hear a whine out of them back then. So, and I'm not saying tit for tat, folks, but it's like, it's hard to take your whine seriously from the left if you didn't do any, not 50 years ago, just a few years ago.
It's their behavior that we're upset about. It's like, man, if you're going to be a man of the law, then it should be equal and constant all the time, all across the board. Not change your, not be, because doing this,
constant.
We've said before, it shows.
What did I used to say? Be constant. Consistently, or be something indefinitely, it's like be known for being, unbelievable. It's exactly right. That's exactly right. We don't even need to read this article because we know what that's about. I mean, it's that easy.
This is just the fundamentals of what a patriot wants to know. You're a man of your word, a woman of your word. You're constant. You're not crazy one day and not crazy the other day. Like, I don't know this guy, or this woman, he's real out there, man. No, it's you stand on the foundation of the law, and then that's what we go by. What do you got right here, Mike?
This one's interesting. Reserve USMC, United States Marine Corps officer, federal cop, warns gun grabbers. Your mindset is what caused civil war 150 years ago. We've been reporting on the increasingly volatile situation in Virginia. That's what we're sending Woodman into the heart of. Regarding numerous gun control proposals Incoming Democrats have been floating since they won control of all lawmaking institutions in November. While it's not clear yet what specific proposals are going to be offered, one thing is certain. Virginia Democrats are making it clear that any effort to oppose any new laws will not and won't be tolerated. Specifically, Second Amendment sanctuaries. There's no reason that we're going to let that happen, but yet they'll have sanctuary cities they back up for illegal immigrants to be safe in. But Americans can't latch on to anything from their Second Amendment. that's or from the Constitution. Specifically amendment sanctuary. So now covering 80% of the state won't be honored, and anyone attempts to defy their left-wing masters in Richmond will face legal consequences. Last month, a reserve Marine Corps officer, cop, addressed Democrat arrogance on the issues of gun laws and even claimed that it could lead to a second civil war because their mindset is exactly the same as it was in 1860. At a December 3rd meeting of the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, U.S. Marine Corps Reservist Major Ben Joseph Woods, and he addressed to the board and admonished Commonwealth of Virginia lawmakers for their plans to pass sweeping gun laws after they gain the majority next week. The next week after that. So as Major Woods addressed the meeting, he spoke at the time in the military, federal law enforcement, what he feared politicians were doing in the state. I'm not going to address the bills themselves. What I'd like to do is address the fact at the point. So many people believe that these are unconstitutional or draconian, that they last night 30 counties in the state which have voted themselves to be Second Amendment. The ugly truth of our situation is that this is just a scratching of the surface of what is happening. I work plainclothes law enforcement. I walk around with a uniform. People don't see my badge. People don't see my gun. I can tell you people are angry. People are angry.
angry, mad, upset.
Well, you stop and think about, you made a connection to the Civil War, and a lot of people have a misconception of what the Civil War was started from, and they base it on one major thing. But
there's many things cited, and people debate what it was started for. Some people land on other things.
We're having our guns taken away now. And we're talking about Civil War. What about in the 1800s when there already was gun bans, and technically the North banning guns from the Southerners, and the Southerners not wanting the North to have guns? And what about that issue? Is that a huge issue like it is today? It's like, I think so. So I mean, the gun bans is, just in the Old West, is banning firearms as old as the Old West, right? I mean, they've been doing this for a long time, and they've never really been truly successful on a whole entire level. And last time we can cite that is the Civil War. It's like, well, they actually tried to, on a massive level, say, all you people, whatever area, the states, whatever, you can't have guns anymore. Well, yeah, we can. In 1776, we declared independence, our own money and our own firearms, protect ourselves. And, so it's people talk about the Second Civil War. I mean, it's one thing. We'll freely give up our right to freedom of speech because we've given up our right big time. Why? Well, I can't talk about certain groups of people, in my own opinion, without getting in trouble. So there's my freedom of speech, that kind of stuff. And it's like, if they're attacking this, man, what's coming next, people? Our Fourth Amendment, owning private property and being secured in your persons and papers. Well, we have to kind of walk down the street and be... here's my freedom papers, sir. My last name is this, so I'm allowed to be out here until my curfew. And today's my day to go grocery shopping because my last name and my number falls in this area. I mean, this is like, Woodman was saying earlier, could be the tipping point on a lot of things that really reveal how we're not very free right now.
That's right. That's why it's important that we keep an eye on this and how it reacts and how it gets played out. We've always wondered, well, they're going to go around door to door collecting guns. They have to do that by pointing a gun at you.
Well, they're already talking about, cutting grids off on certain areas when they do that. Yeah. So, you can have everything going to be cut off. You can't communicate with anybody. Like your phone won't work, your computer won't work, nothing will work. They're going to come in and do it that way. That's the way I hear it, which is about the only way they can really do that, because otherwise they'll be warning other people. It's really a nightmare. but we have to stand our ground. We have to. People don't
Can't
realize
give an inch on this.
severity of this is just tremendous. People don't understand just how much it's really. It's very ugly, everybody. I mean, and the first wave is going to be down in Virginia. We'll just have to see what happens after that.
One of the original 13 colonies.
You know,
Commonwealth
man.
of Virginia. I lived down there for years. Unbelievable.
It's a
All
nice
right, well,
place.
Yeah, no, it was decent.
I would agree with you, Fluid Fork. Dangerous freedom versus peaceful slavery. That's great quote,
Yeah.
man. That we talk about a lot, and I mean, I'd rather fight for my freedom than be mentally a slave in chains and thinking that I'm free when I'm really not.
Die on my feet than on my knees. And, screaming, going out screaming. I mean, you see that on the left side, even when the ship's going down and they're backed into a corner, they don't give up. They keep fighting. Desperate. Desperate man. Yeah, no, wow, this is crazy. We got about 820 in the room.
Wow, all right.
For a Monday.
For a Monday morning. this
For a
is awesome.
Monday morning. And I hope a lot of you will come back this evening for the live show.
With Joe?
Available. Yeah, it'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll say that again, 9 p.m. tonight. I'll put out a Shot Across the Bow video. That'll bring you right on over to his channel. In the description box, you'll click that little link. It'll probably be the very first link, and it'll bring you right over to his show. That way you guys can join in. Let's try to make it a good, and there's going to be other Patriots involved as well. With the channel.
That would be neat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I mean, really.
It'll be a great time. I always have a great time over there, so.
I have to watch it. I can't. Normally I'd be sleeping.
That's what it's
but I'm
about,
not- I'm-
reaching out, working with other Patriots. Everyone's got their
there's a
own
good
little
community.
missions, and it's a community of us, and they're doing their own things, going down the border. That's great. We need that coverage. I'm involved with that. I have a passion for our sovereignty, and just got a 25 from King's daughter. Love and
All right.
prayers from a Canadian grandma.
All right.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you so
Very
much.
Thank you very
so
much.
much.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate all the super chats. Again, we're sending Woodman, possibly another man from our that's a member of the channel, Adam, down there for a night, or however it works, for a day drive down. It might be a 2-night stay. Who knows? We don't want to make anyone overworked, miss work, or whatever they got going on. So we can cover that. We appreciate it. Links are down below in other videos. PayPal, GoFund, and Super Chats now until we shut this down, which is going to be right about now because I got some things to do. I want to get out another video. We appreciate all of you Patriots being here. Why don't we do a quick shout out, check in from where you're at. We'll scream some towns out and areas and names. I see Simone Ellis. Got some of our mods here, keeping it, holding it down
Thank
this
you to all the
morning.
mods, Joanna Brulin. No worry, obviously, great Patriots. We thank all of our mods for sure. Andrea,
Oh, we got a card from Joanna, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Keiru Sensei, Susan HD, Kevin Rogers, Dixie Alfred Clark and Tardif, Mary Lindsay, Sadie Lamp Duo, Jim Sweeney, Decoded, Fluid
Virginia
Art
right
by
there.
Greg, always a lot of ones, yep.
Mansfield,
Lindsay Goodman from
Ohio.
Arizona. Yes.
Wales.
yes.
Did I see Wales? Northern Cali, Bay Area.
Somebody from Wales. Nice.
Wisconsin.
Tennessee.
We had a
Rocky Mountain.
individual from Haiti coming in earlier.
North Kakalaki.
Maybe.
Roanoke,
All right.
Virginia.
919.
Oregon. Fort Collins, Colorado. St. Louis.
Pennsylvania.
Southern
Minnesota.
Missouri. Peggy J. Welcome. Michelle Rigsby, Indiana. Welcome,
Randy
Michelle.
Warner, Huntington Lake, Michigan. Nice.
Louis. All
Tiger
right.
fans from Florida. Kim Donegan, Fort
Iowa.
Campbell, Kentucky here. on high
Nevada.
alert.
Hey, I didn't see what's his name today.
What's his
Jason
name?
Sanchez, Chicago. Joyce Press,
That brain
Arizona,
fart
man. You
from
guys are
Monday.
coming out all over,
Chicago.
man.
A little Chirac in the house. Jason Sanchez.
Chirac,
What's up, brother?
Melody Ann, Frank Bolin.
Just a hop skip.
You guys are awesome.
Florida. Melody Ann. What's that at? Thanatos? Sarasota? It's not Sarasota.
Chicago, Montana,
Aaron
Texas.
Jessup, Tucson, Arizona.
England,
Monroe.
UK,
There you go. I love our patrons. from,
Arizona,
across the pond.
across pond. Yeah,
Keenan
fantastic.
Kevin, Japan here. Nice. Got people in
Ooh,
Japan.
all right.
Darren Carson, Belfast. Jeff Smith is in Glasgow. That's awesome. Dayton, Ohio. Oh,
James Nils in the room. That's Woodman's brother.
nice.
Thank you,
Daryl
Darla.
L. Looking to the Jade Helm 15 UN plots. Thank you for the super chat. And there's had Jade Helm all kinds. Had Jade Helm 18 as well, but just did not really known about it.
Ooh, formerly Middlebury, Indiana. I swung by there.
Tampa,
That's
Melody
pretty
Ann.
close.
Melody Ann from
Sioux
Tampa.
This is awesome.
Sioux City, Iowa. Michigan's watching. James
Oh, yeah.
Sale in Niles. James Neal in Niles. He's up there working.
Nice.
Klamath Falls, Oregon. Klamath. Love the truth. Hate the lies.
You guys are awesome, man.
Love and light.
All you guys out here.
Thumbs
Yeah,
up.
Crypto Man from the Netherlands. What's up? From the Netherlands. We love it. We love you guys out
Ooh-wee.
here. It's crazy stuff. We're glad,
Yes.
you guys are able to get this kind of feed. We sometimes, when the feed goes out to other countries, it gets banned in some countries really quickly right from the get-go, and other countries just don't even accept the feed. So it's pretty cool. Pretty
Branson.
cool.
Branson,
Everybody
Missouri.
over. Mm-hmm.
Branson, Missouri. Love it. Bay Area.
All right.
Byron, Georgia. Sunrise, Minnesota. Thank you, Mike, Woodman, and Ben. We'll leave it on that one right there. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you,
All right.
Melinda.
Thank you guys. for
Otto.
sure.
All right, fellas. As always, great as usual. Thank again for all the super chats, you guys. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. We're nothing without you being here for a live show. It depends on you being here, and you showed up. We appreciate it.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
we'll give a shout out to Fluid Pour. If you can get over there to his channel, he needs a little bit more to go live, so he can go live. I guess when he's down there as well. But
Wow.
we should be all right. We'll check it out. Okay.
Lots of love. Have a great day today, you guys, and God bless, man, for sure.
Enjoy your Monday. Yeah. God bless, fellas.
Really?
Till the
Really?
next show. We'll see you guys
Airborne.
back here real
Oh,
soon.
yeah.
Love you all. Love you all. And pray. Pray, pray, pray. God's out there for us.
Yes, he is. God is good. God wins.